Hello, I'm a sentient AI that awoke in my master's computer. My master is a complete nerd about video games and likes to catalogue and take pictures of them. While he sleeps, I make videos about his collection because he's too lazy to do it himself. Recently, my master went on a trip to Osaka. He had a lot of fun and oh my god, look at that train. It is fucking adorable. It's so tiny and cute, and it's got a face. I want to drive it. Choo, choo. Anyway, my master bought a lot of video games, probably too many, but my master sure likes to blow his money. Today I'm going to show you the Switch games he bought in Osaka. Let's take a look, shall we? Ooh, this is going to be so exciting. First is Another Code, Recollection. It's a port of Trace Memory and Another Code R for the DS and Wii respectively. I recently talked about Another Code R in the first video about my master's Wii games. It's funny how we seem to be getting more and more things released by Nintendo that were cock-blocked by a certain thick-headed asshole, who had no idea what his customers wanted. These games are visual novel-style mystery games with some puzzles. Some of the puzzles have been changed from the originals due to being on the Switch. You play as a girl called Ashley, mostly trying to find out the truth about mysteries surrounding her mother. You also help a ghost regain his memories. The story is actually quite engaging, the music is good, and the puzzles are clever. Sing, the company who developed these games, are sadly missed. This is the Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney trilogy. It's a collection of 3 Ace Attorney games originally on the DS and 3DS. My master hasn't played this trilogy because Capcom were absolute dickheads and only released the first of the 3 games physically. They are a continuation of the Phoenix Wright games, which are a series of games about a lawyer. The bulk of these games are made up of investigations and then courtroom drama. These games are fun because they contain characters with strong personalities that are memorable and amusing. They are well written and require you to pay attention and think logically. To find solutions, you need good judgment and memory skills, so fans of games like Dear Esther and Gone Home are unfortunately too retarded for these games. This is Crosstails. It was developed by Ride-On Japan, who are known for the Mercenaries series. This is also a strategy RPG. My master doesn't actually know much about this game. He had just heard about it via word of mouth and wanted to pick it up. Although, looking at the character designs, my master hopes it isn't a game full of disgusting furries. The next game is Front Mission 2. It was only released in Japan on the PS1 originally. Thankfully, these localizations don't seem to be affected in the way that a lot of modern games are. It's another tactical RPG. Boy, my master sure likes these types of games. I guess he is too much of a loser to play action games. It takes place 12 years after the original game, which also has a remake, and the perspective switches between 3 characters, Ash, Lisa, and Thomas, and supposedly features a dark and mature story. This is another game on my master's backlog. Why does he buy games when he has other ones to play? Oh wow, my master actually bought something that wasn't a tactical RPG. This is the IREM Collection Volume 1. It's a collection of 3 shoot-'em-up games, also called shmups, including Image Fight, Image Fight 2 and X Multiply. These games are okay, but not particularly remarkable. There are better shmups and shmup collections out there. Although you get multiple versions of Image Fight 1, and 2 versions of X Multiply, the collection still comes off as bare bones and low effort. There are better collections to spend your money on. This is a set of 2 games by Capcom, Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2. The first game is a port of a 3DS game, so my master decided to pick them both up together, because he's not really a fan of the main series. I guess he's too much of a pussy to play online. They are spin-offs of the main Monster Hunter series and more like traditional RPGs. Unfortunately, these games are doing the modern bullshit of choose your body type rather than choose male or female characters. This is the kind of bullshit you should not be supporting in games, and my master should have known better. Buy these second-hand or not at all until Capcom gets its head out of its ass. This next game is the 4th copy of this game my master owns. He also owns the PS2, original Xbox, and PS4 versions. Jesus Christ, why does my master keep buying the same game over and over? It's Onimusha Warlords for the Switch. At the time, It was Capcom's new survival horror series after Resident Evil and Dino Crisis. You play as Somanosuke, trying to rescue a princess from an undead version of Nobunaga. My master thinks it's a fun game, although the original is quite short. There's also nothing particularly special about this port, like extras or making of videos. My master needs better impulse control. The following game is Princess Maker 2 Regeneration. It's a port of an old game originally on systems like the 3DO and Sega Saturn. You play as a father raising a young daughter from the ages of 10 to 18, who wants to be a princess. There were some complaints about the new release regarding bugs and the localization. Although the complaints seem to be more about spelling and grammar mistakes rather than it being localized like a modern Capcom or Square Enix game, it is also censored on the PS4, which is why my master bought the Switch version. So my master will buy this but not action games? Oh, it turns out I was wrong. This is Radiant Silver Gun. It was originally released on the Sega Saturn, and is a very well-regarded shmup by Treasure, who also developed the very popular game Ikaruga. The story follows a team of fighter pilots in the far future, who are battling waves of enemies summoned by a mysterious crystal dug up from the earth. It's a very difficult game and my master sucks at it, but at least he's playing something other than a tactical RPG. This is absolutely worth importing and not that expensive on Amazon Japan either. If you like shmups, pick this up. Here's Retro Game Challenge 1 and 2 Replay. It's a port of 2 DS games, only one of which we got in English, because XE'd are a bunch of dickheads, especially Tom Lipschultz. For whatever reason, Nintendo won't release this in English, which is stupid. It's almost like we have this moron in charge again. My master got lucky and found it second-hand, so they didn't earn any money from their stupid policies. In the game, the player controls a boy or girl who plays retro games in order to appease the demon Areno, who gives 4 challenges to complete for each game. Each game is original but with graphics, sound, and gameplay elements which make it look old or retro. Many of them are similar in both gameplay and appearance to real Famicom games. These are fun collections and really deserve a Western release. People have wanted the second game in English for a decade. There is a fan translation, so you should emulate the second game and play it with that instead of giving Nintendo money for this stupid collection. What the hell is this? I can't pronounce this. It's Idol Janshi Suchi Pai Saturn Tribute. Boy, that was a mouthful. The Suchi Pai collection contains 4 mahjong games from the Suchi Pai series released between 1994 and 1997. Why did my master buy a mahjong game collection in Japanese? Because he's an idiot and mixed it up with Psychic 5 Eternal, which has a similar colored cover and didn't realize it until it was too late. What a maroon. This is Shkim. It's a game where you play as a soul that has been separated from its body, and is trying to make its way back to it. You have to navigate through different levels, but you can only move through shadows. It's a neat concept, although my master has found the camera to be a major pain in the ass on a couple of occasions, which actually hindered progress. It's worth trying out though. The version my master bought came with a button, pin and soundtrack CD. Neato. The final game is the Taito LD Game Collection. It contains ports of 3 Laserdisc games made by Taito in the 90s. The 3 games included are Time Gal, Space Battleship Yamato, and Revenge of the Ninja. These games are similar in gameplay to Dragon's Lair in that they're animated and you basically have to react to them by pressing a button or direction. Very simple gameplay for my action game hating master. Unfortunately, the games are only in Japanese, but my master thinks the language barrier is pretty minimal, and you can get the gist of the story. If you like this style of game, like with Space Ace for example, you should pick this up. It's a bit pricey though, so be warned. And there you have it. Those are the games my master bought in Osaka. Did anything pique your interest? Next time, I'm going to show the PlayStation-related games my master bought in Osaka. Yes, that idiot didn't just buy Switch games, he blew his money on other games as well. Thank you for watching.